very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are joining us from. My name is Ambassador Benjamin Oswansa, and it's always a wonderful time having you on the Power Impact series, proudly brought to you by the African Seasoned Speakers Network. Yay! Were you here last week? How was last week? Last week was fire. I was sweating throughout the whole time in the studio, and yay! We want to say hello to Saibatu Manzeri, wherever she is. We want to say thank you so much for last week's episode. And today's episode is also going to take you to another level. It's going to take you to another point in your life. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. So all that we will say always is that share the page. Let others also come on board and let them come and witness what is going on here. Share the page, invite someone, let someone also come onto the platform and learn something new on the platform. Thank you so much for they that are helping us to make this wonderful project on this wonderful episode come to you. If you are here with me online, kindly get onto the chat area. Let me know who is online with me. Let me know your name, where you're connecting us from, and let's keep the vibe rolling because today is going to be a wonderful time. It's going to be a wonderful time. Right. So I'm going to do the introduction of our guest to you shortly. But before that, we just want to take a quick message, a commercial break, and then when we're back, I do the introduction. So share the page, let others join the page.
Need a spark to kickstart your innovation? Looking for thought and talks to get things moving? Wondering how to navigate a future full of change and uncertainty? With the eye-opening stories of digital disruption, extreme customer centricity, organizational innovation, and global shift, our collective of speakers, MCs, and moderators will shift your perspective. Meet our speakers. For booking and interviews, contact us on 0246 054092 or send us a mail info.accessnet@gmail.com. You can also follow us on all social media channels at AccessNet Global, African Seasoned Speakers Network, influencing the next generation of Africans.
Yes, influencing the next generation of Africans, and that's what we seek to do, and that is all we do. So, African Seasoned Speakers Network, that's all we do here. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Ambassador Benjamin Oswansa, and today's episode is going to be a wonderful one. Share the link, let somebody join, and when you join, kindly get into the comment section area and let us know. Let us know who you are, where you are connecting us from, and then we'll keep the vibe rolling. All right. To our speaker for today. Our speaker for today is a business coach. Our speaker, again, is a life coach. Our speaker is a public speaker. Our guest today is also a brand influencer. Our guest is an author. And to cap it all, our guest is a business man. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome onto the Power Impact series for the very first time. No other person than Mr. William. You want to add it to it? Let's give him a round of applause as we welcome him onto our platform for the very first time. Plange, Mr. William Plange, how are you doing?
I'm great. So good to be here. I've been waiting for this.
Wonderful. It's wonderful having you here myself. Yeah. It's going to be a wonderful time. Yeah.
I'm on it.
Yeah. So as a business and a life coach, what do you do? What is it about? Business and life coach. What is it all about? What do you do with
that? So basically, I use my experience to help people come from hard times, come from uncomfortable situations. I mean, I know that's what you're going to talk about today.
Right.
So, people go through a lot. So as a life and business coach, I use my experience to help people come out of such situations,
Okay.
So business-wise, to also help people to business startup, it's not easy to start a business.
Yeah.
I had a hard time with my business starting, so I gathered all my experience and I'm using it to help people who want to start business. Yeah.
Right. So what of the is it the same as the life coach as well? Is it the same? Is it the
So
same
life,
way? Oh,
like you can merge them together. Starting a business is all part of life. Aside
right,
business wise, our daily lives, what we go through, I use my experience to help people come out of it. I'm not the only one who
right,
has been through something, but then everybody has their own journey, has
right.
their own, like, what they all go through. Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure. So that's good. And that also come back to brands influenza. You see, we do hear, most people hear about that brands influenza. What
Mhm.
really do brands influencers do? What is their real role? Brands
Okay, so
influencers.
um, you know, for Africans,
Yeah.
let's say Ghanaians, people love
Right.
to people love to follow what they've heard and what they've seen or what people are talking about.
Right.
So branding, I believe branding is key in every business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So to be able to make the brand stand out, let people talk about it. That is simple. Like that's all about brands, influencing people to know about the brand. So how to
Okay.
get people talking
Okay.
about it, how to make people hear about it. It's what it's all about. Yeah,
Oh, all right.
because
All
people
right. All
buy
right.
from
All right.
what they hear or what they've heard people say about something or what they
Most
see.
definitely. Most
That
definitely. Most
that's
definitely.
what influence people to buy. Yeah.
Okay. Right, that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Get into the comment area. Let's know who is online, who is joining me now, and where you are joining me from, because it's going to be a wonderful time this evening. Trust me, because hey, the man is in the house. Mr. William Plange is going to
Yeah.
blow your mind off. He's going to blow you this evening, this afternoon or morning, depending on where you are connecting us from. All right. So, how's the year been so far? We are on the 29th day of January. 2023. How has it been?
Yeah.
Has it been so nice to you?
Well, for me, 2023 is the best of years so far for me.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
So
right.
far, so good. So far, so good.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. So far, so good. That's what Mr. Williams is saying. So we want to hit straight into what we're going to talk about today. And then our topic for today is that uncomfortable situations in life. Somebody will say life itself sometimes
Uh,
brings you uncomfortable situations, but this one we say the uncomfortable situations in life. So, someone will ask, who is
yeah.
Williams Plange? Where has he come from? What is he into, and what is he hoping to get? So, one will say, who is Williams Plange?
Also, simply like I'm a business owner, and I use what I've been through to help people come from such situations. Simply put, and I have believed that everybody has something special inside of them that needs to come out for the world to see. But
Sure.
sometimes people are not aware. People are not aware because of religion, where they come
Okay.
from, where they grew up from, friends. There are so many factors contributing to people not knowing what they have within. But
Right.
what I know is that the Creator has placed something special in everybody, and it is hidden.
Right.
So you need to get it up and
Mm.
then bring it out for the world to see, and that's it. So basically, I use my experience to help people come out from situations or things that they are not aware about. I help them bring them out for the world to see. Yeah.
Right, so viewers, today we're going to bring certain things that are in you that you are not aware of. So just avail
Mm-hmm.
yourself so that we
Mm-hmm.
can bring it out for you, because yeah, there are a lot of hidden stuff in people, and it just struck me what you said. I mean, there are a lot of things hidden in people. How do people come to that realization that they have something hidden in them, but they are not even aware of? How do people get to that realization, or how can one see that I have some hidden talent or some hidden gift in me that it can be used to the benefit of other people? How does
Okay.
one do that?
Yeah. So everybody, it's quite different from how everybody on earth it. For me,
Right.
uncomfortable situations, brought my out. For somebody may need, yes, true. Because I did a lot of researches based on situations that were uncomfortable for me. That got me
Right.
the ideas. Some
Okay.
people may need people like us, to just hit them up and let them know that no, this is what you have. People are talented, but they are not aware. Like,
Right.
um, I think a month ago, I visited a school, and then these kids, I realized that most of them were talented, but then their mindsets have been programmed to think like you need to go to school, pass your exams, and then look for jobs. You know, and then I made them aware that no, they have something special, because sometimes even if you are right, you have a good handwriting. Anything that you love doing, there's always a business around it, whether writing,
Right.
singing, everything that you do. So people just need to be, um, educated, or pinpoint some stuff to them for them to know, to get aware, to be aware of it. Yes, but some have to go through the hard way, like go through uncomfortable situations to just bring them out. Like for me, yes, for me, that's how I
Wh-
unearth mine. Yes, it's different
what
with
hard
everybody.
situation did you go through? What hard situation did you go through? Yes. So that, yeah, maybe somebody is
So
here
first
that
of
the
all,
situation the person is going through.
yes. So now let me just touch on uncomfortable situation.
Right.
This is what I understand by it. It is like a level that one needs to go through, okay, to move on to the next level in life.
Right.
So like
Right.
let's say we go to school, there are times that we go to school, we have teachers, we have friends, but when it's time for examination, they separate us. There's a gap between everybody. Your teacher tends to be a strict invigilator, preventing you from copying or asking somebody. So that is like putting you in an uncomfortable situation. But then when you pass the exams, you move on to the next class. You know,
Right.
and during these times, people that we look up to, like friends, parents, people that we think they could even help us, they neglect us, and it is natural. It is
Right.
natural. I have a chapter in my book. I'm writing a book called No Human is Useless. It's a summary of all my life. Now I have a
Wow.
chapter that is titled "Thank Your Enemies, They Pave the Way." Now there was a time that yes. So there's no need to harbor pain or hate somebody for doing you wrong. Sometimes it's for your
Right.
own good. Sometimes it's for your own
That's
good.
true.
Now let me tell you this short story about thank your enemies, they pave the way. It got to a time, I was living in my family house. It got to a
Right.
time I was jobless. I had no job. Then my grandmother came up that she needs money, so she wants to rent my room so that she can make money. Yes, because she can. She has made life by building a house, and she has a room.
Okay.
Now she needs money. She needs to rent it, and I thought it was a joke. I went out, came back, and all my stuff were just brought out of the room,
Wow.
and I was not working. I had nowhere to go. So I
Wow.
went to her church. Catholics, they have this Christian Mothers Association. So I went
Okay.
there with my mom, and we brought their president in the house to just talk to her on my behalf. She
Right.
said no, she's not going to allow it. I'm grown. I'm grown enough. I'm 30 years. I need to, because when you're 80, you need to leave home. That's what she was saying, and it was a sad story. So
Mm.
the president brought me out and told me that, hey, look, you are going to be a good guy because of this situation. I was just saying, you're just saying something just to make me feel okay, but it was a help for me. So then I had to move out from the house, and I have no money. I have nowhere to go. So God bless a friend of mine called Gambo. I met
Mhm.
him, and then he said they have a small, you call it ghetto.
Yeah. You got a ghetto to go and then started all over there. So Yeah, that's it.
Hello?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You are on the Power Impact series
Hello?
where today we hosting Mr. Williams Plange,
Yeah.
and he started sharing some uncomfortable situations he went through in life. And hey, you know what? He's saying that sometimes
Mhm.
he has a
Mhm.
chapter in his book that he's writing. You need to thank those people that pushed you that hard. Don't think they are doing you bad. I mean, thank them. Thank you so much, John Kennedy, for joining. He says, oh my God, very interesting. Oh, he just started. So don't relax and get the whole story. Sandra Aodi, yay. All the way from UK. She said, ouch. I think the story that you just started is kind of pinching people. Is bringing a lot of things out. Yeah, so share the page, let us join and let us hear what Williams is sharing about. Yeah, so William was fortunate. He got a ghetto. William, let us go with what you were saying. Continue for us. When you got the ghetto, what happened next?
Hi. Okay, so can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah,
Uh,
I can hear you. I can hear
okay,
you,
so
William. Yeah.
yeah. So so I moved in. So the ghetto, I was supposed to pay 2,000 Ghana cedis for 2 years, and I didn't have the money. Yes, I had to ask some friends. Most people are turned down on me, so I managed to get 1,000. Spoke to the man, that my friend's uncle, and then gave him the 1,000, and then try to hustle and then pay the rest. So I was in the ghetto. It was just like it had my mattress, like a student mattress, uh, a mag machine, my clothes, and a table. This table I'm just sitting on now. Yes. So it was just very hot, very hot room. So during that time, everybody hated my grandmother. I was saying she doesn't want me to go on in life. She's a witch. Like we said a lot of things. Now down the line, when I got to that room, I was like, hey, next 2 years I'm not supposed to be here. I need to get somewhere else. So I started my business, got in touch. I went to LinkedIn, made some friends, and then before then I had already lived in the forest. I'm going to come back to that, but then I lived in the forest. I had some pictures and I was just sharing stuff about uncomfortable situations. Then um, I met a friend from the US, okay, and then she liked the story and she was like, hey, I need you to come on board. I have a network group. I want you to present your story to them. Then I shared my story and I showed them my product. I made an invisible mark. I'm going to show you later when we are getting close to the program. So I shared my story and they were like, what? Because they didn't believe that, even they in the US, when they start business, let's say when 5 people start business, at the end of the year, only one person will succeed. And they don't know how me from Ghana with less like resources, I'm able to do all these things. So I made some contacts from there, and then it was just like I'm sharing my story to the world, and they embraced it. So they started buying my products, even though they could get some from US. They love to buy from me just because of my story. So then I gathered some money, and then from the ghetto, I was able to rent a bigger apartment, and now I'm able to get married too as well. But then, so sum it up, what my grandmother did to me, there's no need to hate her. I feel like she has rather helped me because by now I would have still been living in my family house. I wouldn't have made up my mind to move to a bigger apartment. I wouldn't have made my mind to even get married. And then now things are going on. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. So that's an example of an uncomfortable situation. There are things that God Himself planned for you to elevate you. That is it. But sometimes, He can use natural disasters, like maybe there's people make their breakthrough like fire outbreak, and then somebody comes and like, oh, I need to help you guys and move you to a bigger apartment. That's naturally. But some God can even use somebody, and then you might feel the person just hates you, and they want to put you into some uncomfortable situation so that you can go down in life. But sometimes it's for our own good to just push us to the next level. That is why I made an example of an examination hall when your very good friend, you can even see them covering their work just to prevent you from asking or copying them. Your teachers will be simulators preventing you from working, but then when you pass the exam, you just move on to the next class. And it doesn't mean you need to hate your teachers, hate your friends, for what they are just you can't do without them. You can't do without uncomfortable situations. It's just that people get hurt or people get depressed because they are not prepared mentally for it. But regardless, it's going to come. It is going to come. So I just try to help people be prepared for it. Because when you're going to write an exams and then you've studied well, you don't care about invigilators, you don't care about asking somebody, you don't care about people trying to cover their work. That is when you are prepared for the exams.
Right.
Yes, so that is one story about that is, and it's in my book. Thank your
Right.
enemies, they pave the way. Yeah.
Right. Right. Thank your enemies, they pave the way. Yeah, that's a life story. I mean, this one we didn't just plan it, but this is his life, real life story that Williams is sharing. I mean,
Mhm,
he just and now he's using it. He's thanking his grandma for what she did to him because
mhm,
he
mhm.
said it. If the grandma had not done that to him, I'm sure he will still be the boss of the family house by now. He will be giving rooms to the
Mhm,
relative that will be coming in now.
mhm. Yeah,
He'll be
I
having
tell
the
you.
keys. And yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, just a few comments and then we go on. Okay, so I have in here Ambassador Prince Kojo Hilton. He says, great topic. Yes. Stephen Giggs. Steve Giggs say, I just joined you guys and hoping to be educated. Aha. And I think one more here, he says, oh, I can relate, bro, because I think the story you're saying or you're telling, I can relate to it. Yeah. Hey, where are my ghetto boys? Where are my ghetto guys? If you have a ghetto story, share it in the comment area. Let's pick it up. You'll be surprised what impact and change that your story can make. So Williams, you were sharing something earlier on that you just had to write your story and then post your story out there, and it became something of benefit to other people. I mean, so does it mean if you don't even have
Mhm,
anything to write,
mhm,
you can just write your own story, and your
mhm.
own story can help you up there, or you can let somebody pull you out there. Write your own
Of
story.
course, of course. Yes. And I always say
Wow.
that, keep pictures, keep pictures of situations that you go through. Now, my old pictures that I took in the forest somehow feeding me now.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
because people are going through a lot. When they see that, they see the transformation from where I used to be and now, they're like, no. So it gives them hope
Okay.
that whatever they are going through now, there's definitely going to be a change
Right.
in their life. Yes.
Right.
So posting these things have really helped me.
Mhm.
I was featured on Times Square billboard, and
Okay.
then many artists in Ghana wish to be there, but I was there free of charge. I paid $0, and it's all because I shared my story, and
Your
I'm impacting
story.
life.
Which which
Yeah,
which of the
yeah.
stories did you
So
share? Which of the stories? Let's see which one we can also use to post you on. Where should we post
so
you
now
now?
the forest one, the forest
Right.
one, yeah,
Right. Right.
the forest
Okay.
one.
So you're going to come back to that
Um,
one. So you let's continue.
in 2014.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right. In 2014, you were starting another one.
So in 2014, I completed school in 2012. The national service.
Okay.
After national service, no job. In Ghana, you need to know some people to get good jobs. Now, I wasn't having that. I was just getting this 300 cities a month. You work on the sun like almost all the day. You come back, and then company owner is just talking anyhow to you just because we went through all that. And it got to a time, all my friends were having their better lives. They have their
Mhm.
car. They've been fortunate to meet people, prominent people, and then they've been able to get some positions, in some good companies, and they are riding the cars, they are living life well. And then I was like, in school, I was better academically by then, academically
Right.
than then. But then now that's life. So I
Yes.
was a bit depressed, and some of them also made mockery. Hey, by you,
Right.
pa, like we are all doing. Look at what you're doing, So I took a personal decision to leave town and to live in a forest, Brongahafo. I went there actually to serve a man there, and then there's no electricity, there's no good drinking water. We wake up and we go to the farm, and then we come back. That's basically what we were doing all the time.
Right.
Now, when we go in the forest, that was where I had my I always say that the forest is the best degree to ever have as a human being here in Ghana. Trust me, it's a serene place. Now that is where I had my first business idea. It was uncomfortable for me,
Okay.
first day, second day, but I adapted to the place, and it's all about going to the farm and coming back. No electricity, like 11 people with a small hut. We all sleep there and wake up in the
Okay.
morning, and it was just like that. We drink from stream, like green in color. Animals drink from it. We also drink from it. But luckily, we never fell sick. We never fell sick.
Okay.
So it was just like that. And then one day I was sitting under a tree, and I was like, no, I need to come out of this. You know, and I was having so many ideas. So that's why I had my first business idea. Mr. Plange, the errand boy. The errand boy
Okay.
meaning I would just run errands for people, busy schedule people like bankers, judges, people who are busy with their work. So I came to the
Right.
city and I started it like on a it wasn't about money, but I call people, if you want me to do something for you, I just do it for you. And it wasn't about charging them. It was out of
Okay.
passion. I
Right.
had love for doing that, and people telling me like, God bless you. Like, if it wasn't you, I wouldn't have got this. I felt good when I heard those comments. So I
Right.
kept doing it, and I had all the contacts. Now I made friends with judges, police people, like
Mm.
people who were people look up to. They
Right.
called me for errands, and I started doing that.
Right.
Now, so when I did that, I got so many contacts, and then I the business started going. The business started going like up on a level. Now I knew who to call when I needed something. So we started
Right.
from there, and then it grew up to what I'm doing right now, and which this is what I'm using. I'm telling my story. I'm using it to tell a story. Like, this is the invisible mark, and then,
Right.
like I said from the onset, that everybody has something special inside of them
That's it.
that needs to come out. We all
Hmm.
have it. We all have it.
That's
Now
it.
look at what this mark does. When I pour hot water in this, when we are in a state of depression, we look dark, we look black like this,
Okay.
but then we have something inside of us, and it needs
Okay.
to come out. Now, the
Right.
hot water will gradually bring this thing out. I have my business
Right.
logo on here.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
it comes out for the world to see.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it. Okay, your logo has
Mr.
come up
Mr.
there.
Planch Services.
Mr. Plange has
Yeah.
come in there. Okay.
Services. Yeah.
So it
And this is
was
what I can
on it
put in.
already.
Yes, I made it there. I made it there. So I can put your face on these marks, but it will go hidden. It will go
Okay.
black until you pour hot water in it and it comes out.
Right.
Yes, so this is what I'm always telling people, that we are all special. We all have something special inside of us. And this is why my book is titled No Human is Useless.
Mm.
No human
Mhm.
is useless. But at some time, people saw me like good for nothing, nothing can come out from. And these people are now coming to me for advices. You understand? So you don't look down on any human. Every human has something special given to him or her by God. It's just that they are not aware. But
Right.
something needs to trigger them so that they can bring it
Sure.
out. And that is why I'm here helping people. to
Right.
come out
Right.
from their shell. Yeah.
Wow, the invisible mark. That is why he's here, helping people to
Mhm.
come out from all that they have gone through or all that is hidden within them. Once you pour the hot water into that mark, whatever that is in that mark that is not being seen, eventually, by the
Should be
hot
seen.
situation that it has or that is finding itself in, turns it around, and then you see the real picture that is hidden on the mark. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Power Impact series with William Plange. And he's sharing some nuggets with us. First, he's talked about networks. Try to get the networks. Now he knows who to call or when he needs what kind of support or help because he has created that network. You need to create
Yeah.
that network and don't despise the situations you're going through because that might be your hot water. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me see if I have anyone in the comment area, in the comment section joining us or saying anything for us now. I think they are enjoying the subject, they are enjoying the topic, they are enjoying your story you're sharing, and this is wonderful. Someone says, I love the hot water concept. Oh, I have a lot within me that needs to come up. I love the concept. Wow, that is a wonderful concept that has been shared by Mr. Plange. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to take a second commercial break, and right after that, William Plange will continue his story with us. Stay around, don't go anywhere. Share the page, let others join. So join and listen to this wonderful session.
Need a spark to kickstart your innovation? Looking for thought and talks to get things moving? Wondering how to navigate a future full of change and uncertainty? With the eye-opening stories of digital disruption, extreme customer centricity, organizational innovation, and global shift, our collective of speakers, MCs, and moderators will shift your perspective. Meet our speakers. For booking and interviews, contact us on 0246 054092 or send us a mail info.accessnet@gmail.com. You can also follow us on all social media channels at AccessNet Global, African Seasoned Speakers Network, influencing the next generation of Africans.
Influencing the next generation of Africans. And that's what we're doing here at the Power Impact Series platform. And then, yes, today we're influencing the next generation with our stories. And then in the studio with us is Mr. William Plange, who just gave us some nuggets a few minutes ago. Man, William, I mean, your concept is trending. The hot water concept is
Really?
trending. And, yeah, I
Yeah.
think people are relating with it. I mean, they're going through those kind of situations, and people are giving up, thinking that yes, the hotness is going to kill them.
Never.
But hey, I think the hotness is rather bringing the best out of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, Williams. Now let's go on with what you were saying, man. Because hey, I can't just wait for the other story. So I can't wait for the other story because hey,
So,
I'm loving them. I'm loving them. Wow.
um, another story about uncomfortable situation. It's when I started my business. I knew people who could help me out. They have the money. They have. I knew they had it. But people would only support you when they know they are going to get something in return. It takes few people with vision to know that no, this guy hasn't started, but then there's something in him. There's few people who could notice that. Now I went to this man, and then I gave him all the ideas that I had. That this is what I'm planning to do, and this and that. And then he didn't mind me. No, at least he should have even encouraged me that you know what, I can't help now, but nothing. And I did it the hard way. I did it the hard way, waking up like 3 a.m. going to Kantamanto to get sneakers to come and sell. I did it the hard way. And then the hard way is beautiful. Money makes it easier, but the hard way, I always say, is beautiful. Now, I started this, and then later, I think about 3 years later, the man saw what I'm doing like now, and then he started reaching out to me,
Wow.
and uh, because he didn't help me doesn't mean I should hate him, or but we
Wow.
talk normal, but then I'm not going to give you access to enter my business now because you didn't
Sure.
see the vision. But it
Right.
doesn't make us enemies. We still talk when you
Right.
need an idea.
Right.
Fine, I can help you out. Yes, and this thing has grown. Now I almost get like messages from him almost all the time. But then since you didn't see the vision from the onset, now it's even risky. It will be because of money, because you think money is coming, but then it's not like that. We are still
Right.
pushing the hard way till we get there.
That's right.
Yes.
You
So
need
when
to.
people turn down, and now I've got some deals that if he had helped me, probably he would be taking the benefits now. But now everything
Oh
comes to
yeah.
me. Yes,
Yeah.
and that is an example of uncomfortable situation. When people put you there, don't hate them. It is there for your good. It means that there's something better ahead that you need to get. Otherwise, but now these deals, these US deals that I have, it will be something I'll be sharing with him, or he will be taking most of the percentage from it.
Right.
So
Right.
I really want to urge. I'm urging everybody that whatever thing you're going through, when people despise you, like it is for your own good. You only need to
Mm,
turn it into positivity. Yes. Sometimes we are depressed because we are not ready for that situation. It just bumps into us, and that's the only
yeah.
problem.
Definitely.
But when we set our mind
Okay.
that we are ready for it, why not? It's meant to happen, and it doesn't last for long. It just passes on, and then we just graduate to the next level.
Yeah, but one will ask. I mean, how can you prep your mind for an unfortunate situations that you are there and you have prepared yourself for an unfortunate situation? How do you do that? How can you put yourself in that situation that, hey, let me prepare myself for any unforeseen situations or anything that is going to cause something uncomfortable to me? How do you prep your mind for that? Because I mean, who is going to
You
sit
know,
there and then do that? Plan for, let me plan for an uncomfortable situation. Or how should one think of it that way?
such situation is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Now this is a very tough one. You know, some people are built like some people are created to stand this. Some are not. Some are not.
Right. Right.
That's the honest truth. But then,
Right.
there are things that you should know. For me, one thing I do is I have a book. I don't have it here, but I write. A
Right.
Jewish man taught me this. Proud to me
Okay.
sharing my story, and it's really helped. I write
Right.
things that I want to achieve, but I write
Okay.
it in a way that it is happening currently. Like my name is
Okay.
William. I have 10 mansions. I have 10 cars. I do this. I do this. I write
Right.
as if it
Right.
is happening, and I read them every
Mm,
morning. Every morning I read them. Now, and funny enough, about 60% of what I wrote last year has happened. And
okay.
some there are things going on now that looks like the rest would is about to happen to as well. So me
Right.
writing all these things, and they are good stuff, they are positive stuff.
Okay.
So when like an unforeseen occurrence happens to me now, like something I
Mm,
least expect comes, I go back to that book and I was like, okay, so after this, when this passes, I'm getting this. That is how
okay.
I've programmed my mind for the past 1 year.
Right.
And some of us,
Right.
we are all humans, but then some are a bit stronger than some. Like
Right.
we all play football. Some train harder than the others. So on the field,
Right.
there will be some people you pinpoint, but it's the teamwork. You understand? Now, so for me, that's one strategy I use. I write things that I want, and I write it as if it's already happening. I read them every morning
Right.
and feed my mind with those things, and it's happening. Like it's like magic. It's happening. So when something
Right.
negative passes in or something negative comes across, I'm like, oh, okay, so this one needs to come. Then after this, I get this one. Maybe if it's a car that I want,
Right.
then I get this car. So all the time, I have programmed my mind, positively.
Sure.
So when
Sure.
those things come, I know if there's nothing to do about it, what do I do? Nothing. Just move on to the next one and hold on. Yeah.
Move on to the next one and hold on. If nothing happens,
Mm-hmm.
if nothing comes on
Mm-hmm.
board, move on to the next one. Have a list, have a
Yeah.
list, have a list, have some things in place on what you want to achieve and what you plan doing
Mm-hmm.
for the rest of the year, so
Mm-hmm.
that when you finish one, you see that yeah, you're making some progress, and then you can move on to the next.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not yet done, make sure you finish with that one. So whatever happens, you have the plan. Keep the plan
Yeah.
and stick to the plan and move on. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So back
Mm-hmm.
again to your story on the Times Square. Is it just a story that you put up
Okay.
there that's that actually blew you up there, or there were some things you did aside that gave you that kind of visibility? What really did you do? Is it just the stories you shared that gave you that kind of
Yes. So
visibility?
yeah. So I remember the story I shared was um a picture of me in the forest. Okay, and a picture of me now. Then I wrote a content. I don't
Okay.
remember, but I said that whatever thing you're going through, just look at these two pictures, and know that everything is going to be okay, and that is it. So they wanted to know more about the forest situation. So they put me on a platform of business, like men in US, businessmen and women in US, and then I shared my story. So then sharing my story, I told them that everybody has something special in them, and I brought up the mark, did the hot water
Okay.
magic, and before then, before the meeting, I made a mark for the whites for them.
Okay.
I got their
Okay.
pictures and did it, and they were not aware. So I brought it up and then
Right.
pour it, and it just revealed, and they saw their faces, and then boom, that is it. They were surprised, yes, and they made me a permanent member of the group. It takes
Okay.
some huge sums to be on them on that platform,
Right.
but
Right.
they made me be on it permanently because of
Right.
my story.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So it came Times Square. They had a gig there, and then I was there one day. The owner of the network group called me. Hey, William, I need your logo. I need to put you on Times Square today. So get me these details, and it's just that is it. That is it.
Right.
And I paid
Right.
$0 to be on Times
Wow.
Square. Hmm.
Hey, what story are you having? Listen, audience, what story are you having that you are keeping to yourself? You will not get that visibility by keeping the story to yourself. Who are you
Mm.
keeping the story for? When do you want to relieve or release that story? It is your
Hmm.
story, and the best person that can tell your story is you.
It's you.
And this is the
Yeah.
time for you to tell your story. Tell it the way you want it to be told, when you are there or when you are not there. Bring out the story.
So
Share
this is
your
the cover
story.
out of the book. No
Okay.
human is useless.
Okay. No human
So that's
being
me the
is
first.
useless.
No
Oh,
human is useless. Yes.
oh, good. Oh,
And
good. Oh,
that
good. Oh,
that is
good.
me with cassava. Yeah.
They should have added William Forrest. Should have just named you William Forrest, so that
it's,
we'll
it's, it's,
start finding out.
it's
Well,
it's been
but
a
that's
wonderful it's been a wonderful journey.
definitely it has. It
Hmm.
has. It has. Telling
Hmm.
it and then letting us see where you were and where you are now has brought a
Yeah.
change. This is a radical change, which is beneficial and which is positive
Hmm.
change, which needs to be told and which people needs to emulate and come out. I mean, to share their own story. I know the others that have
Hmm.
similar stories and they can relate. No wonder one of people that commented said they can relate with the stories that you are sharing
Wow.
because it is happening.
Hmm.
It is happening. It says, I can relate, bro. I can relate because this is something that they are going through. And then for you to be able to bring it out and then let them see what is happening now, it's indeed something else. All right. So
Yeah.
Let me see. Steven says nice stuff. Nice stuff. He can't say any other thing. He's saying nice stuff because I think Steven is also relating so well. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep it around, keep it coming. Now, get ready, get your hashtag ready for the day, for today's episode. Bring it out, post it. Let's compare notes and let's see if we are on the same wavelength. Ah, ha, ha, ha. William has given us something else. And you know that that's his book he just shown us. No human being is useless.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
Yeah.
where you find yourself, you are
Mm-hmm.
of value. You are of value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You might not have
Yeah.
identified that hidden beauty yet. Allow the hot water to run over you.
Yeah.
Allow it to run over you. Yeah, he had his hot water during the forest season and during the
Mm-hmm.
forest time. And
Mm-hmm.
then now
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing the real things in him. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
but William, what came into your mind to say I'm going to the village or I'm going to the forest? I mean, was it that was it a suicidal mission you were embarking on, or what was it all about? What was the thought?
No. No. You know, I knew a family. I just wanted to leave town, to go to somewhere I wouldn't see my friends. Not because I was jealous of them, but
Right.
because I wanted to stay away. They were even mocking me, so I just wanted to stay
Okay.
away, and
Okay.
I had no place to go. I just want to go a far place,
Right. Keep your comments coming. Keep your
and
stories
then
coming. Share.
just move away from family and then friends.
You just
But I
wanted to
stayed there for
block them
6 months.
all. You just wanted to have. You just wanted to block everyone. You needed a fresh
Yeah,
mindset.
yeah,
Wow. But all this was weren't being done through social media. They were being done physically. So you were getting all the mocking physically, right? Oh, that is it. That is it. That is it. That's it. Yeah. So he made a
yeah,
decision to go to
yeah,
the forest.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was a physical attack. It was a physical attack. But then today it has paid off. It has paid off. So you need to have a rethinking, a relearning, and relearning stuff all over again. Undo the things that you are known to be doing or you used to know, and learn new things. He did that, and now here we have Williams here. Right, 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 right. Okay,
yeah. I'm here.
so
I'm here.
yeah,
Mhm.
you unlearn certain things and you relearn certain things that took you to where you are now, and that is the key. That is the key to life situations. You don't stay where you feel that you're down forever. You need to get up and move on. You need to move
Yeah.
on from one step to the other. And there's a beautiful
Mhm.
story that you've shared with us. It's lovely. We really appreciate
Yeah.
all that you've shared with us for today's topic, uncomfortable situations in life. All right. So
Yeah.
if you are to get this opportunity to go back, let's say about some 5 years ago, what are some of the things you want to do differently than what you did back then 5 years ago?
So 5 years ago, if I was supposed to go back, I think I have a chapter in my book called "Religion Has Killed So Many Dreams." Okay,
Right.
and yeah, I'll say something small about it. I don't want to bring it all out now because when you get a book, you get it in. Yes. So
Right.
I was mentally enslaved by religion,
Right.
for so many years.
Right.
So this preacher man will be like, when you are poor, you go to heaven. When you're rich, it will be hard for you to go to heaven. Yes. And I know people, I don't know, but people go through this. And I was
Right.
enslaved with this mentality for like 8 years. Eight
Wow.
years. I wish I would have changed that now. If not, I would have been somewhere higher than. But it's all part of the lessons we learn. And then so this preacher man would be like, when you need to stay in the church and pray for people. Uh, getting, looking for things like that will make you comfortable in life, like a car, a house. There are things, there are worldly stuff that would prevent
Mm.
you from going to heaven. Meanwhile, he is working. He is working, building houses, taking care of the family, and then he makes us like a slave. And we were scared, and he puts fear in us that when you leave the church, you're going to die. And then people are, we are all there, and then we are fear, fear,
Right.
you
Right.
know. So during these 8 years, I was like, nah, God, if I build a house, see this scenario, if I build a house, I get all
Right.
these things that this man is saying, they are worldly stuff. I get all these
Sure.
things, and I die, and my nephews or people, my nephews come to inherit. I have
Yeah.
provided a place for them to lay their head
Yeah. 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 True.
to, just get it genuinely. But don't tell me I shouldn't go for those things, sit down in the church and pray while you go to work and then take care of your family, build your
Right.
houses, and the members are there always praying in the church.
Right.
So I had this, I was just going back and I was like, no, I'm just being stupid. Because
Right.
even if I build a house, get all those things genuinely, and then I die and somebody comes to inherit it,
Protect the
I
rest.
have paved the way for somebody to have a comfortable life. And that is a plus to
Yeah.
me. Yes, and I
Sure.
believe that
Sure.
God is within us.
Right.
Some church leaders have been, not all of them, but
Right.
some have killed so many dreams,
Right.
and I was part of them till I left that mental slavery, and then I feel very okay now, and then I'm pushing to help people come out of those situations. This same man will tell you that don't go to the beach. The beach is a place for worldly people wear stuff, and then demons are there. So one day I sat down, he was just preaching. I was like, he likes fish. He likes fish. I'm like, so fish comes from the sea. So if you say people shouldn't go there are demons there, and then fish comes from the sea, and then you eat fish. What are you trying to tell us? You can advise that you can go there and then just don't do what people are doing, but then you like
Right.
fish, but you don't take anything from the sea. It's absurd. Yeah. So,
Right.
but people
Right.
people have people's dream have been killed, you know,
Right.
through religion, and
Right.
it's a wake up call. I believe in God,
Sure.
and I believe that
Right.
he lives in me. Christ lives in
Right.
me, and I need to listen to
Right.
Him rather and do good.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Listen to the voice within rather and do good and what that you plan for. All right. That's a message from Mr. Williams. Right, right, right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All that have joined us online, that have shared comments with us. Thank you so much. Yeah, so right about now, we want to drop our hashtag for today's episode. So is somebody ready for the hashtag for today's episode? No. Yes, you ready for it. So that is today's hashtag for today, right? In the chat area. And the hashtag for today is share your story. Share your story.
Share
Share
your
your
story.
story.
Yeah.
Share your story. That's a hashtag for today's episode. Share your story. You might not know who your story is going to benefit. You might not know who
Yeah.
your story is going to liberate. You might not know who is going to pick up your story and blow it
Mhm.
up there for you to get that visibility that you might be looking for, or even the visibility that you have not even thought of. That story that you're sharing will take you up there. And out of it,
Yeah.
you're going to hone on to other giftings and hidden talents that are within you that you're going to use. Yeah, so we want to take our last words from Mr. William Plange before we say goodbye to everybody on today's episode. What are your last words for us? It's a new year. We've started a new year. What are the words you have for us?
Yeah. So
Final words.
I just want to say that nobody is useless in life.
Mm, mm,
We all have special talent inside of us that needs to come out.
right.
So do not look down on anybody. Do not look down on yourself. Whatever it is that is hidden, when you give it a small push, it's going to come out for the world to see. Yes. So basically, that's my last words for our cherished viewers. Let it
That's the
come out.
last words. Let it come out. That's his last words for you. And on behalf of the
Yeah.
team from the African Season Speakers Network and again, the Power Impact Series show, we want to say,
Make more time.
we want to say all that for you. And then again, we cannot leave by saying that a very big thank you. Thank you for coming onto this platform and sharing with us this wonderful nugget. No,
Yeah.
it's going to bring a lot of people out to also share their stories and then move
Yeah.
from thinking that people hate them, people don't like them. That is why they push them into the situation they find themselves. It's rather a blessing, you know. It's a
Yeah.
blessing. They're pushing you to bring out the best in you. So never look
Yeah.
down upon all those people. So we want to say thank you so much for joining us. And as we always say, dreams are in levels. Make sure you get to the top level of your dream. Never give up.
Yeah.
Till we meet same time again next week, same platform. We want to say a very good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you, depending on where you are watching us from, and have a wonderful week. See you same time next week.